Okay, good morning. 48.9 degrees on day 154, September 4th. It's 4:43 in the morning and I'm gonna wake up. Alright, good morning again, guys. It is 45 degrees even and 6 a.m. also even on whatever day it is. I don't know, I guess I already said it, but it's 4th day of September, day 154. Just breaking out of camp. I think I'm just a tiny touch over 19 miles away from, I think I said this yesterday, from Stevens Pass, which is the bail point for Leavenworth, which is what I'm kind of targeting. Slept pretty well last night. Rain kicked up a little. I don't think it ever came down super heavy though. I think it mostly was just kind of like spitting and sprinkling and drizzling. I don't think it ever came down super heavy. Tent stayed dry. Well, I don't know if you can make out in the video or what. There's definitely some haze, still some sort of cloud that I'm walking through. So that certainly resulted in some condensation on both my tent and my sleeping bag. I had also accrued some condensation the night before last, so my sleeping bag was already touch damp. Got a little damper last night, but luckily, theoretically tonight I won't be relying on my sleeping bag to keep me warm, so we'll kind of see how this all shakes out. I did okay though. It wasn't terribly uncomfortable. Typically I sleep on my side. One thing I'll say is, especially when I'm cold though, I stay a lot warmer sleeping on my back. I've mentioned this before. I think that way I have more surface area on my super insulated sleeping pad, and that just keeps me warmer. So on cold nights, I'll try and sleep on my side for as long as possible, but then wind up flipping and sleeping on my back for a while just to warm up again. Probably sounds miserable, but it's really not too bad. What else? Yeah, whole little crew there. Let's see, it was a couple of sisters from Chicago, another gal from Oregon, and then an old timer fella in his mid-70s from San Francisco. The four of them were all hiking together, and then when I left this morning I saw that there was one or two additional tents of people whom I did not meet and don't know who they are. Alright, well, I think that's about all I got. As I said, touch over 19 miles, but also a touch under a mile of cumulative elevation gain. So while it might be a relatively short day in distance, it's going to extract its pound of flesh in the way of ascent. So I'm going to get after it. I'll check in with you guys down at the road. Good morning again, guys. It is 8:45 in the morning, 43 degrees even. Right down here we have Trap Lake. I've just come up and over an exceptionally steep little 0.7 mile climb. It's pretty fun. It's fine. It's like 1,200 feet a mile, so I think that's like 20, I don't know, 23 to 25% grade, something like that. But anyways, it's day 154, time for a weekly health update. Couple notes right up at the top before we crack into the update. One, I think this might be my second to last health update of this trail. If my math and projections all pan out, I'll have only one more health update, which leads to point number 2. This is my second to last time then reminding you, if you have any comments or questions for a post-hike Q&A, please do drop them in the comments down below using the hashtag BeatAMA. That's Bravo Echo Alpha Tango Alpha Mama Alpha. BeatAMA for Ask Me Anything. After the hike, I'll do a Q&A just as I did on the Continental Divide Trail last year. There's always a real great bunch of fun, so look forward to hearing from you. Drop all of your questions. Just use that hashtag so that I can find them after the hike and address them. All right, well, that's my 2 notes. Cracking into the health update again, we'll start down at the bottom per usual. Right ankle, just, I mean, no news there. I mean, no change, which is, I suppose, both good and bad news. It hasn't gotten a whole lot better, but it also hasn't gotten a whole lot worse. So continuing on the regimen of 400 milligrams of ibuprofen every morning. And that is the sum total of all the ibuprofen I'm taking so far. I haven't added any more ibuprofen later in the day or anything like that. So 400 milligrams every morning seems to keep that ankle serviceable, workable, whatever. Let's see, my left foot, the pinky toenail is just a real dark horse there, man. I was taking a shower over at Washington Alpine Club, and as I was scrubbing my toes, realized that toenail is not long for this world either. So we'll see. Frankly, your guess is as good as mine. Place your bets down below. Will I finish this trail with my left foot pinky toenail? I don't know, but I'll certainly keep you posted. I know you're riveted to know the answer. Let's see, anything else going on the feet? I'll mention, while I was at Washington Alpine Club, I also kind of picked and peeled up some, this is kind of gross, sorry guys, some pretty serious sort of calluses along the back of my heel, which had grown so significant that that they were beginning to feel like masses, like actual, instead of just being like a flat callus, there was so much dead and dry skin there. Check that out, man. That they were I was beginning to feel them as I hiked. So I had to kind of knock those down a little bit so that they wouldn't be as pronounced, and therefore sort of like, I don't know, whatever. Hopefully that makes sense. Rest of the body, let's see, calves doing great, shins great, all the upper leg great, hips. I will say about the hips and that love handle sort of pack rash thing, it hasn't been as bad recently, which I can't really explain. I suppose perhaps, again, as I think I opined on last week, perhaps I'm just like that skin is becoming tougher, or perhaps it's that their slightly cooler temperatures might be resulting in less sweat. I don't really know. I'm happy about it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, but it's kind of strange that it's not bothering me as much. Still bothering me a little, but not bothering me as much. So that's the pack rash issue. Hands doing good. That wedding ring finger, my left hand ring finger that I jammed on a fall several weeks ago now, that's pretty much all better. No worries there. Everything else on the hands doing great. My right index finger, the perennial right index finger, is still holding on. Polly, I know you mentioned that I might be losing that gel sort of topping or whatever, I don't know, on that fingernail. Well, so far it's hanging on, which I'm quite relieved about. But we'll see how it all shakes out. Head, neck, I'll say I've had some slight discomfort in my back the past couple days, just because as best I figure, it's from when I was cooking dinner in my tent the other night, and then again last night. I'm just not really used to sitting that way. So to just sort of sit kind of, you know, legs crossed, sitting in my tent, cooking dinner for like an hour and then cleaning or whatever, however long it takes to cook and clean. Just kind of arching my back down, so that's resulted in some discomfort in the back, but again, nothing super crazy. All right, so that's it for body stuff. And as far as gear, I'm continuing to be satisfied with the improvements rendered in replacing my zipper pulls on my Z-Pax duplex. That's real nice. I'll mention here, and I'll mention again in a post-hike video, I have run into several other hikers who have the tent which I got rid of earlier in this hike, the Durston X-Mid Pro 2, and I always ask them, hey, how do you like that tent? How do you like that tent? Without leading them at all. And without fail, the best, sort of most positive answers I've gotten have been rather muted and tentative, which is not great, but makes me feel a little vindicated. So whatever, we'll talk more about this after the hike when I do like a comparison between my duplex and the Durston. But yeah, anyways, that's something I've noticed as well. Let's see, there's a new gear, is the bottom segments of my trekking poles. Those are working great, love them. Hopefully there's no reason to doubt that they should last the remainder of the trail, but hopefully that's the case. I think that's just about it for gear. So again, one of you asked a month ago or so if I could start incorporating like mental health, mood components to these health updates. And I think that's a good idea, but honestly, I just don't really have that much to report. Like, my brain is clean out here, and for the most part, I don't really worry that much. So I don't really have a whole ton to report. I mean, things I'm thinking about now, perhaps, is sort of an adjacent issue, which I'll address. Things I'm thinking about quite a bit are my timing to try and rendezvous with the beautiful and enigmatic Daphne, my wife. I want to make sure that our timing lines up. Other things I'm thinking about, sort of related to that, are all of these fires and closures and reopenings and all this and that are knocking on up ahead of me here in Washington. I'll be getting to sections which have been closed and perhaps reopened in the next couple days. So I kind of got to wrap my head around all that, because even what I addressed a few days ago in a video, when I put up the maps and stuff, that's all kind of changed a little bit. So it's just constantly in flux. Yeah, so that's pretty much things I'm thinking about. And aside from that, like mental health and all that, feeling pretty groovy. So no real worries. Super excited to get into Canada. It'll be cool to have finished my third Thru-Hike and finally broken through into Canada. That'll be kind of neat. So yeah, I think that's about all I got. Oh, I should say also about gear, just real quick. Dude, getting new shoes, like if you're getting on the PCT, Smiles, I'm looking at you. If you're getting on the PCT, get yourself new shoes in Snoqualmie. This section has been so incredibly rocky. You're going to want new shoes in Snoqualmie if you're heading north on the PCT. So just file that away. You want new shoes in Snoqualmie if you're northbound on the PCT. Yeah. Anyways, that's all I got. I should be, I don't know, 11 or 12 miles or something like that from the road. So we'll see if we can get down there, find ourselves a fine little German establishment in Leavenworth to imbibe and relax and all that stuff. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. 12:49 and 48.9 degrees. I've made it to the lodge down here, Stevens Pass Ski Lodge or something. Picked up my box already. Super straightforward process. I thought that there would be a charge, but apparently there's no charge to pick up my wonderful resupply box there. And so yeah, the plan's gonna be to try catch a hitch down to town from here, but they also got some kind of cafe, so I may as well find my way over there. There may be other hikers kind of poking around. The gal who helped me out with the box said the burger's really good, but we'll kind of see. Probably slide in there and get some grub and then figure out how I'm getting to Leavenworth from there. So yeah, anyways, I'll talk to you guys in a little. All right, 2:08 in the afternoon. I just finished up some lunch and uploading the heck out of a bunch of YouTube videos on their amazing Wi-Fi over at Stevens Pass. Now I'm gonna start hitching. I think Leavenworth is down behind the camera that way. Looks like both the PCT trailhead and parking for the ski lodge enter the highway right here. So I think this is a good spot to hitch. As I said, it's 2:08. I'll let you know what time I get picked up. All right, it's 3:10 and I'm in Leavenworth. We were able to get a hitch down. I say we. There was one other hiker who sort of appeared as I was hitching, and luckily the person who pulled over to pick me up, I asked if they had room for one more, and he did. So both me and the other hiker were able to jump in, and we took a lift on down to Leavenworth. Just check out this main street, man. So this is sort of the outskirts. This is where the hotels are and stuff, and that's what I'm walking towards right now. But hopefully those hills were a cool indication of just how beautiful this spot is. Took, let's see, I think it was like 21 minutes or so to get a hitch. Where I posted up again was at the convergence of the exits for both the PCT trailhead and the ski lodge. And then of course there was a highway that was kind of pouring past as well, and the person who wound up picking us up works for the ski resort, I guess, Stevens Pass, and he brought us on down. That was really cool. So anyways, I'm gonna get down to the hotel, probably like shower and laundry and stuff, and then definitely pop back out, and I'll show you a little bit of town once I understand it, whether that's today or tomorrow. And whether I check back today, I really don't know, but I'll check back at some point anyhow, for sure. All right, all checked in over here at Der Ritterhof, room 123. She must have read my mental exhaustion and given me the easy room number. So we got a couple of queen beds. I mean, certainly nothing overly fancy, but I mean, I really don't need anything fancy. So this honestly looks absolutely perfect to me. Thank you to my beautiful wife Daphne. In the bathroom, got the sink and stuff outside, toilet, shower, tub inside. Yep, they do have laundry on site, which of course is one of my typical sort of prerequisites for booking a place. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the shower in, get some laundry in, get all that going, and I'll check back again.